welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle and this is Woolly Wumpkins. Well, lockdown has started again for us now here in Wales, so rather than get bored and frustrated of being stuck in the house, thankfully my work is based in my home as well. So I thought let's get some new boxes, cheer me up, and let's just video myself putting the stock in the boxes. There'll be a bit more to it than that, but I've got a bag here of stock that has been dyed and labelled. Some of it may not have been labelled, so I've just got to sort that out now and sort out what's ready to go onto the website and what needs to be labelled before it can go onto the website. So I thought, as tedious as it is for me on my own, it'll be much more fun if I know people are watching, and you can comment on the colourways and tell me what you like about them and whatever questions you've got. So we're going to start first with this colourway. It doesn't have a name on it. Silly me. Ow! Silly me again. Ugh. So we need a label. Let's get this back up here. I think we'll have a box for the stuff that's ready and a box. Where's my other box? We'll use that. We'll use the new box, the other new box. We'll have two boxes on here, one with the labelled, one with the unlabelled. These are wrapping paper boxes. They're quite good for what I planned them, which is to keep my skates in there. Be able to see them nice and clearly, see what's in and what's not. I'm a bit noisy, as you can see. Setting everything up. There we go. Right then. Let's put that there, shall we? Now, my youngest daughter has decided that she wants to run her own business. So she's currently in the next room rooting through my older daughter's jewellery making equipment to see if she is as natural at it as my older daughter was. So you may hear her, she may come in and out. I don't know, she knows I'm filming. Let's see what she does. So this is called Blue Skies Green Grass Perfect, something like that. We write it down and I'll know what I mean, and then it'll have the right name on the website. There we go. So we've got 4 of those. They can go into that box down there. Anyway, Cassie's come in. Do you want to write down the names for me and how many we've got of each? I'll tell you them as they come out of the bag. If you lean on the counter over there. Okay, so our next colourway. I didn't show you that really, did I? Let's go back. Let's reverse. Look at this. Lovely turquoises and greens. And this knits up to give a really vibrant colourway. This would be good with my Ammonites and Sea Foam shawl. Also be good with my Heritage shawl. And let's have a think what else it would be good with. Be good with all shawls really, and hats, scarves. It's going to be a lovely colourway in general to use. These are, unless I say otherwise, these are all on a merino and nylon base, sock weight yarns. So we've got different colours here. Cassie, we've got a hint of sea salt and silver, which is lovely greys, turquoises in a tonal
Hint of what?
setup. Hint of sea salt and silver. Take that out.
How many then?
Just the one. You ready for the next one? We've got Lagoon Tonal. So this is a turquoise that's a semi-solid tonal. That's a nice one as well. I'll just say it again for Cassie, it is Lagoon Tonal. There's one of those. Now this one sounds the same as just now, but it's different. Hint of sage and sea salt. And this has got the sagey colours with the turquoise. Again, in a tonal variation throughout the scheme. It's going to give you a lovely, gentle change from one colour to the other. Now this one doesn't have a label, doesn't have a name, but it's called Bamboo Shoots. Because as the colours came together, I thought, oh, that looks like my new bamboo shoots coming out of the bamboo in the garden. And that's on screen, it looks a bit more bluey than it is in real life. It's like a darker green. Ah, there we are. See the shadows? See it down here? That's the closer colour. And that's a semi-solid tonal.
One.
Just the one. What do we have now? So we've got some totally turquoise. So some of these, as you can see, I've just dried them and loosely skeined them. But before anybody gets that, that's going to be tidied up, thwacked and tidied. So far there's 2 of these, because I can see that there are more. Actually, there's just the 2. These are different. So here we now have turquoise. So we've got 2 of those, Cass. And we've got ammonite turquoise. And this is the colourway that I've used to make my ammonite and sea foam pattern, the shawl. The one that features so heavily
Ammonite turquoise
on my website. Ammonite turquoise, yeah.
How many of them?
2 of both of those. Oh, something a bit different, yeah. Oh, I do forget the name of this. Do you remember what this is called? This is the self-striping. This is a self-striping. It goes from a deep navy to a rich turquoise, and it gives you stripes. So if you were to knit socks or sleeves or a pair of wrist warmers, you're going to get bands of each colour, gently shading into the other. So to the naked eye, it'll look as though there's a solid band, then a graduated band between the 2 colours, and then another solid band and a graduated band back to the original colour. Gives a lovely effect. This can be found on my website in the self-striping section. And there'll be photographs of how my self-striping yarns work. So I'll pop that by there. That's those sorted.
What's the name?
Can you just put blue to navy self-striping, and I'll have to check on the website what the proper name is.
How many of them?
4. This is a double knitting version of the merino nylon yarn. And these shades of lavender and periwinkle with some undyed patches to give a lovely dappled effect, as though you're looking out. I was picturing, have you seen the tulip fields in Holland? Where I was, in my mind's eye, I could see these lavender colour tulips, periwinkle tulips, white tulips. I left the green out because I thought it would be too much. But that's what my mind's eye was thinking as I was putting these colours together.
Okay.
Just put lavender, stroke, periwinkle, DK, mare.
The stroke.
Just put stroke, MER, stroke, NY, times 2. I'll know what it means, babe. So this is my top-up bag. When I've noticed along the way, as I'm dyeing other colourways, I've thought, right, I need to just pop another one of those in, or another 2. So that's what's happened there. This is Catherine's kitty. Can you say, you alright? Did you hear that? Yeah. And it's on a merino nylon. And this is the immersion dyed version. So can you put IM stroke DY? Thank you. And there's 2 of those. You see the different colours there?
Catherine's stroke.
Yeah, IM. So Cassie's decided that the call of the jewellery equipment is too strong, so she's gone back in the other room, so I'm back to writing it out myself, which is fine. Okay. So this is one of my favourite colours. You can probably guess by what I'm wearing. It's called Abbey Berry, and the reason why I call it Abbey Berry is because my daughter-in-law, Abby, the first time she ever dyed anything, it was this lovely berry colour. Look at that. So this is an immersion dyed colourway. It gives you a semi-solid tonal feel. So you see all the different tones there of some darker and deeper and some lighter, but all delicious. Like berries. Especially this time of year, we have nice warm berries. You're probably thinking, oh, who has warm berries? But I like warm berries. So there we are, we've got 4 of those. They're going to be heading their way to the website. Pop them in there. Just quickly scribble that down. Next one. Oh. I found another Catherine's kitty. Just double checking. Anytime I handle my yarn, I'm looking just to make sure that it's pest free. Moths are a problem. There's nothing, you know, that, what's the word? They're a natural problem, you know, they just live. They could be in a house with no wool, they could be in a house with lots, or they might not be in a house with loads of wool. Thankfully I don't have a moth problem, but I always check, because before I started dyeing this type of yarn, I used to have fleeces, and then I did have a moth problem. But that was decades ago, so they're gone now, long gone. But I know what to look for. So what you will be looking for is just little, they're about the size of a piece of rice. They look like a piece of rice. And if one was on this yarn, it could even be the colours of the yarn, because it will eat its way through and absorb the colour. And it'll change itself to that colour. So be on the alert for coloured bits of rice, or they may just be white, with the little moth larvae will have one end that it sticks out of. the only way to solve that is to remove it. I won't talk further about how you would treat your yarn because that's a whole video in itself, and we'll do that another time. But just when you see me picking and looking, it's just like I had a little bit of fluff there that I noticed. You see it all, and I just thought, oop, let's check that's not something it shouldn't be. So I'm just going to add, instead of 2, we've got 3 of those. Oh, this is another lovely, lovely colourway. It's called Calyptical. And that's the one that is on my mannequin over there. Just gonna reach over because it's such a nice one. You're gonna want to see it. It's worth the wait. Look at that. Knit up, isn't it gorgeous? Delicious colours. So, who'd have thought that that could become something so, oh, gorgeous. But there we go. That's the thing with colourways, isn't it? You've got to be able to take a leap with some of them. I'm not an orange person myself, so you can imagine when I dyed this and I saw how the orange had taken, I was like, oh, there's a big block of orange. But when it's just knit up, it's the orange that really brings the whole colourway together. It's really lovely. So I'll just write that down. Next in my basket. Oh, and we're still in the bag. Oh, so just some mini skeins to top up my collection there. We've got the pink semi-solid tonal. Let's have a look. What's it? Tonal pink, that's called. So they'll be on my website very soon. And then we've got ultramarine blue. That goes nice as a coordinating colourway for the Calyptical. It goes really well with a lot of things. But look at that, beautiful blue. So we've got 4 of those. Let me just check. 5 of the pink. Write them down. Pink. Tonal. That's 5. Ultra times 4. Nearly at the last one in the bag now. Now this was just an ice dye that I did. Every now and then we have a bit of snow or whatever. Ice. This was actual ice I used here. So what I did, I put the yarn, soaked the yarn in citric acid, then put the crushed ice on top, and then just chuck the dye on top of the ice. And then as the ice melted, the coldness of ice it causes the same reaction with dye as heat does. So it causes it to be absorbed by the yarn. So you can see that the different speckles have taken in different ways. And that gives a really nice finish to a garment. I've made a jumper in this. If you have a look on my Ravelry page, it might say my snow dye jumper, because if it's snowing I use snow, and if it's not I use the crushed ice from the freezer. So I just needed another one of those, so that's topped that up nicely. Just write this down. Ice dye purple type 1. There we go. Bored yet? How could it be bored? Lovely yarn on this day. Well, just to show you, I've got this much left. Now what I did here, I got these ready for a wool show, and I made a video about it. So I put them to one side in here to make the video, and then I only forgot to put it on the website. So I was wondering why we were sold out so quickly on the website. And that's because some of it was here and I had to actually dye to replace it. I thought I got my numbers wrong. But then I've just discovered I didn't get my numbers wrong. What I did get wrong was my remembering of where I put the extra stock to. So I've remembered now, it's in here. So this will be on the website, hopefully this time. So let's show you what we've got in here. We've got this beautiful calyptical colour, no it's not, kaleidoscopic rainbow, this is called. And this gives, well, oh, you can't imagine how vibrant a pair of socks or a shawl, a hat looks with this. You really do need to look this up on Ravelry. Kaleidoscopic rainbow is what it's called. And have a look at the projects that people have made on there. It is absolutely gorgeous. So if you're a fan of bright colours and bright colours going together beautifully, look it up. This is definitely the one for you. So we've got 4 of those. Oh, where did my paperwork go? There it is. See what I'm like for moving things. Those. Just keep it in my hand. Aha, now this is nice and grungy for this time of year. When all of the leaves are falling and causing a sludge that they do every year. Have a look at this. Absolutely lovely. Now, I can't think of the name of this off the top of my head. So what I'll do, I shall magically put it up now. There you go. And that is available on my website right now. There we go. So we've got 2 of those. Next. So next we have sets of tonals. These go together as a kit to make the, what is it called? I'm going to just give it and put it across here because it's a lovely Welsh. It's got a lovely Welsh name. But in English it means Rays of Light. And it's by Nikki Small of You Felty Thing. And I've got one over here to show you. There we go. Look at that. Which is the right way now? This way. So it's the pattern that takes one skein of the semi-solid, not the semi-solid, the variegated, and that goes consistently through the garment, as you can see. It's pellider tessin, something like that. I'm not really sure how you say it, but you'll see. You'll have seen just now that it's one of those ones that you just got to take a guess at. So we've used a tonal there, a tonal there, a solid there, a solid there, and then another tonal and another tonal. And the kit comes with one solid, 2 tonals of this colour, 2 tonals of this colour, 1 solid of this colour, and the full skein of Winter Nebula, which is what I've used here, Winter Nebula. We've got 2 versions. We've got one that uses a black, and then another that uses like a chestnutty brown, because the difference, you'd think it's quite subtle, but it's quite strong, and they both are equally beautiful. So whichever one takes your fancy really. Right there, so pop him back over there. And then I did dye this up for a personal project. And then time has, although we're home for lockdown, I just don't have time because I've seen the new Stephen Wet's MCAL and I'm like, West. I'm like, I need to be doing that. That is something I do need in my life. Maybe I'll use this as my main colour on there. I'll tell you what, I'll put it on a website and we'll see who gets it first, me or you. Yeah, piece of paper there. I'm just double checking what I'm picking off here to make sure it's not the dreaded moth. Just bits. Just bits. We had some work done out in the bathroom area there. So I've got bits of, can't think what they're called, UPVC. Mostly not here, so but we had a lot of them there. We had this door closed, so the stock should be fine, apart from this, which was open, this basket. But they're not in here, that's just what I was thinking. I'm just explaining what I was thinking to you. So this is, what is this? This is what the heart wants, the heart gets, because this combination of reds is what I want, I like, I'm drawn to, but it doesn't suit me as a colour. You know, when you go and get your colours done, it tends to make you washed out. So that's why I stick to blues, because apparently blues are better. Well, you've seen in my other videos, blues just make my eyes go boom. But it is the one that I prefer to look at. But anyway, I've rambled enough now. These, oh, excuse me with my nose, itchy. This is from, I just moved, you know, the giant blanket that I was, the giant ball of yarn that I did. I just moved the blanket that I made out of it, and the hairs, the fibres from that are just lingering around me. Different yarn to the one I sell, I hasten to add. So that's it. My bucket is empty. So as soon as this is labelled and on the website, that means I'm free to start again. I've got, I think I've got about 30 kilos by there, just there in boxes, ready to dye. I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over there. And I've got 3 weeks of lockdown to do it in. So you may be getting fed up of me in my videos by the end of this lockdown, because this lockdown, so far, I don't have coronavirus. With last lockdown, as it was starting, I had coronavirus right at the start, just before we had the lockdown. So I was ill for 9 weeks. Then my husband was ill for 11 weeks. And the weeks didn't coincide with each other. So last lockdown was busy with illness. This lockdown, hopefully, we've been isolating, you know, not 100% since the last lockdown, but mostly isolating. We didn't go back to life as it was. But whereas before I wouldn't go to the shops, I wouldn't go out, I was doing the shopping myself instead of getting it delivered. But obviously we've gone back now to proper lockdown, so I get all that extra time to myself. So get ready to be either bombarded with new colourways or blitzed with old ones. But either way, it's going to be a colourful lockdown this time. And hopefully we'll all be able to enjoy it a bit more than the last one. Obviously there's going to be people that don't enjoy it, and it is a terrible time, and I'm not making light of that. I'm just trying to, you know, see a little bit of sunshine in amidst it all. So there we are. That's what I've been doing this Tuesday afternoon. If you want to share what you've been doing, I'd love to know. If you've been knitting, crocheting, crafting, let me know. And if you've got any links to your works in progress or Instagram pages that are to do with crafting, let me know as well. I look forward to seeing them. Okay, well, until the next time, that's me, Willy Wumpkins, Please like and subscribe so that I'm not rambling to myself. And thank you and hello to my new subscribers and my old subscribers. Thank you to my old and hello to my new. It was lovely to see a little burst of activity after Martin shared my page on his Instagram. So thank you, Martin, as well. I've been really enjoying watching your MCAL videos. Let me think, what is your YouTube? Your YouTube is Knit365 blog, I think. It'll be in my list of people who I follow. But he's also Welsh Tenor on Instagram. So he's worth a little watch because he's quite entertaining. I'm not sure if it's his accent, he really reminds me of my cousin. But his knitting is really good as well. And he's got a nice eye for colour. So he's worth a watch. So until next time, bye-bye.